If you're over 60, every move you make, every step you take or don't take, can directly influence your heart. What if I told you that some popular exercises, the particular ones you believed were making you strong, might actually be secretly damaging your heart every single day? I'm not here to terrify you, I'm here to protect you. As a heart doctor, I've seen too many elderly people walk into my clinic feeling completely good, only to discover high blood pressure, abnormal heart rhythms, or signs of heart straining they never expected. And in many such cases, it wasn't poor diet or lack of movement that created the issue, it was the wrong type of movement. Exercises that were too vigorous, too sudden, or just too much for a heart that's aging and requires a different kind of care. Many elderly people don't even know they're making this mistake. In this video, I'm begging you to stop 5 specific types of exercise that might be damaging your heart, not strengthening it. But don't worry, I'll also show you what to do instead. Keep watching because your heart deserves better, and habit number 1 might be the exact same thing you're doing today. Before we begin, please let me know where you are watching from. It will be great to feel closer, regardless of how we are physically apart. Also, don't forget to like and comment on how you feel about this topic. Now let's get started. 1. High-intensity interval training and overexertion, a hidden threat to the aging heart. After 60, your heart is no longer the same heart that carried you through your youth. It's more fragile, weaker, and much less tolerant of extremes. That's why high-intensity interval training, those short bursts of vigorous exercise accompanied by brief rest periods, can be one of the most dangerous exercises for older people. As a heart doctor, I've seen elderly people take on these common workouts believing they're doing the right thing, thinking that sweating more means living longer. But the reality is, these kinds of workouts place abrupt, immense strain on a heart that might already be suffering from hypertension, arrhythmias, or hardened arteries. Whenever you force yourself into rapid, breathless situations, your heart is forced to beat harder and faster than it safely can. For many elderly people, this doesn't develop strength, it creates risk. Even worse, the damage isn't usually instant. The heart strains silently, blood pressure rises slightly, and electrical rhythms become unstable. You might feel lightheaded or a bit exhausted, brushing it off as aging. But inside, your heart signals a red flag that often gets overlooked until it's too late. What's most devastating is that many elderly people do these workouts because they want to remain independent, live longer, or keep up with younger peers. Exercise should strengthen your heart, not damage it. Gentle walking, tai chi, and moderate swimming, these are the hidden heroes of elderly heart health. They strengthen your body without surprising it. They work with your heart, not against it. In your 60s, 70s, and beyond, safety is strength. 2. Core crunches and heavy lifting. When strength training turns against your heart. There's a common belief that building a strong body protects us as we grow older, and to certain extents that's true. Muscle keeps us mobile, stable, and self-sufficient. But as a heart doctor, I've seen something much more complicated and dangerous. When elderly people participate in workouts like crunches, sit-ups, or heavy weightlifting without knowing the internal pressure they cause, they may be putting their heart in harm's way. What many elderly people do not understand is that straining during a core crunch or lifting a heavy dumbbell creates a spike in intra-abdominal and thoracic pressure. This pressure doesn't simply stay in the belly or chest, it pushes inward and upward, resulting in a spike in blood pressure and an immediate demand on the heart to compensate. For an elderly heart, particularly one that is already compromised by stiff arteries or hidden plaque buildup, this can be a breaking point. I've treated patients who fainted mid-rep, felt chest pain during a set, or suffered arrhythmias shortly after what they believed was an ordinary gym workout. The irony is that these people weren't disregarding their health, they were actively striving to preserve it. But the body in its 60s or 70s isn't the same as it was years ago. The circulatory system is less flexible, and the heart is more sensitive to sudden changes in pressure. A single wrongly performed lift or abdominal contraction can lead to consequences no one expects in a workout routine. 3. Exercising in high temperatures. When the weather turns into your heart's silent enemy. We usually talk about exercise as the answer to better health, and it is. But for elderly people, the when and where of workouts count just as much as the exercise itself. I've seen too many well-meaning elderly individuals step outside for a stroll on a brisk winter morning or a sweltering summer afternoon, not knowing that the very environment around them is working against their heart. When you're over 60, your body loses much of its capacity to control internal temperature. In the cold, your blood vessels constrict to maintain warmth, triggering blood pressure to rise, a natural reaction that can strain a heart already dealing with hypertension or plaque-filled arteries. In high heat, the opposite happens: your blood vessels widen, your heart races to cool you down, and dehydration sets in quicker than you expect. In both cases, the heart is forced to function harder, not from exertion, but from survival. I've witnessed patients collapse during neighborhood walks in the heat or suffer difficulty of breath after just a few moments in the winter air. These aren't outliers, they're warning signs. Many elderly people don't know how sensitive the cardiovascular system can become to temperature changes. Your heart doesn't need to run a marathon to be stressed, it just must be subjected to the wrong surroundings at the wrong time. For elderly people, that often means choosing comfort over difficulty. Find environments with stable temperatures, hydrate before, during, and after exercise, and dress in breathable clothes or warm gear, but above all, pay attention when your body whispers before it begins to scream. 4. Jumping, quick movements, and sudden direction changes. There's something about a fast-paced workout that seems energizing, like we're fighting back against time. Jumping jacks, stair sprints, or quick aerobics classes might seem innocent, even empowering. But when you're over 60, those exact movements can silently wreak havoc on a body that no longer manages shock, speed, or abrupt changes the way it once did. I have watched patients, strong, confident seniors, try to match the pace of younger peers in neighborhood physical activity classes or online regimens. And not long after, I've seen people show up in my clinic experiencing dizzy spells, pounding hearts, or worse, collapses they couldn't explain. It's not weakness, it's nature. As we grow older, our nervous system responds slower, our balance gets less reliable, and our arteries stiffen. Quick changes in movement, jumping up, turning quickly, create an upsurge of demands on the cardiovascular system. Blood pressure can fluctuate, the heart can beat irregularly, and oxygen supply may struggle to keep up. These movements don't just strain muscles, they confuse the body. What seems like a simple jump or lunge is, to the aging body, a challenge in coordination, blood circulation, and recovery. And for elderly people with even mild cardiovascular conditions, the risk of arrhythmia or a dangerous fall becomes very real. The most painful part? These elderly people are usually just trying to remain active, remain young, and remain independent. But genuine strength at this age comes not from speed but from control, not from how quickly you can move, but from how delicately you protect what matters most: your heart, your balance, your tranquility. Slow, fluid workouts like Tai Chi, water aerobics, or even gentle stretching may look less incredible, yet they are immensely powerful. They regulate the body, they comfort the heart, and they bring longevity without risk. Yet even with safe mobility, there's another concern that hides not in how we exercise, but when, particularly if your daily routine collides with something so simple as bedtime.